What is the right way to fight against injustice? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of Qorach, and we are in Numbers, Bimidbar, chapter 16. Let's drop down today to verse number 12, which says, And Moshe sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but they said, We're not coming up. Is it little that you have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, that you would also seize total rule over us? Also, you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Would you bore out the eyes of these men? We are not coming up. It's one of those last lines that they said that caught my attention on this. And that is, would you bore the eyes of these men? Would you bore them out? When I read that, what I heard them saying, and it may be different in their intention, but what I heard them saying is, do you think we're blind? Or do you think that we can't see what's going on around here? Such is the type of remark that one would deliver maybe to City Hall or the local board of supervisors, and saying, we got our eyes open. We know the deal. We know what you're doing. It is being claimed in this moment of anxiety and disruption. The Moshe and Aaron have overstepped their legal authority, their boundaries. They are holding it they're holding their lordship over everyone else. They are legal or legalistic, maybe we should say, legalistic bullies. Moshe has delivered the word, the sentence of Yah. You guys are going to die in the wilderness. You're not going in, but I'll take your children in. This verdict does not sit well, obviously, with Israel, and they've had enough. They are perceiving injustice. Currently, we see a lot of perceived, keyword there, perceived injustice in our nations, especially here in the United States. We see the streets filled with people, and it's amazing. They were chanting and ranting and throwing fits about Ukraine and their perceived injustice that we're not doing enough to help them. But you don't see the Iranian flag or Ukrainian flag being waved much anymore, because that flag was replaced, I guess, by the Mexican flag. And everyone got all upset that, ICE is rounding up those who are not here legally. And so they waved that flag for a while. And now they're wanting to wave the Iranian flag. They waved the rainbow flag. They waved the Black Lives Matter flag. They have whatever group that they think they need to stand up for. Injustice, it shall not prevail. And they make up their little rhymes and ho, ho, hey, hey, someone's got to go away and all that kind of stuff. I don't know who they're screaming at, and I don't know that anyone would be intimidated enough by the crowds chanting to change anything. It's perceived injustice. But is it really injustice? A miscarriage of justice. Now, the Torah is built on two particular pedestals, tzedakah and mishpatim, or mishpat. That is righteousness and justice. These two must stand together. We must pursue justice righteously. And we must pursue righteousness with a sense of justice involved. The two go hand in hand. So when we're upset about something or we're carrying someone's offense about something, let's remember that we've already been warned in the Torah. Do not go with the crowd and get involved in their cause. It's not just the crowd, it's the mob mentality. Somebody's going to pay attention to us, or we're going to start burning buildings down and jumping on the patrol cars of the local law enforcement, and we're going to break windows, and we're going to burn tires in the street. Really? Where is the justice in that? Where is the righteousness in that? You made me mad, so I'm going to burn my neighborhood down. That's not wise. And so Yah is stirred up a hornet's nest here from Moshe, in a manner of speaking. And Moshe is trying to keep things calm, trying to resolve the situation. And he sends for two of those who are the leaders of the offended, Dathan and Abiram, and they are demanding, we will not come up. You called us, we'll show you we're not going to come. So they make their stand, but they accuse Moshe of hiding things. You going to bore our eyes out so we can't see what you're doing? But they make a ludicrous statement here. We left the land of milk and honey, and you promised to bring us to another one, and we're not going in. Well, let's hear the bell ringing, ding-a-ling-a-ling here. You're among those that wept in your tent and said you couldn't go. And now you want to go, but you can't go. So you're going to throw your fit. When you're operating out of the spirit of offense, when you're operating in passions that are not grounded in truth, you're not going to make wise decisions. And I know this Torah portion really doesn't have a lot of shouting and dancing territory here, and not a lot of rejoicing of anything. But again, as I've already stated, Yah is trying to get our attention and allowing us to know, don't get caught up with the wrong crowd. Don't go with them on their passionate cause when it's not based on truth. But Barry, you saying that there's never any injustice? Oh, there most certainly is. And what oftentimes, realistically, is injustice, it's swept under the rug, and nobody is going to pay any attention to it. And justice is people in the land of Israel sleeping in bomb shelters because a madman in Iran and the Houthis think it is their righteous choice and their righteous cause to obliterate them and cause them to cease in their existence. That's injustice. Injustice is proclaiming doctrines that are not rightly true with the word and demanding and coercing people. You must follow or else you're just wrong and you're going to get shamed and you're going to get rejected and booted out. That's injustice. Failing to love one another is injustice. We are commanded in Scripture to love each other. Now, that doesn't mean that we love those that are trying to kill us and just say, just come here and let me give you a hug and it'll fix everything. We're not that naive. But the brother and the sister in the body of Messiah, even if we disagree with them, we're to love them. The earth ends up opening up and swallowing people, including these two men and their families and their sons and their little ones. Their wives, and they went down into the bowels of the earth, and the earth closed up over top of them. How radical does Yah have to move in our day to help us to weigh out what is injustice and what is selfish passions of offense. Maybe there's some things we need to pray about today. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.